Hello, great people. We are back again to bring you updates on the latest. Yesterday we shared the video about the possible rerun in the presidential election, and some people are like, we're sharing fake news. The fact is that Abure of LP hinted on that, and I want to show you. But before then, I want to say that I am displeased that Labour Party will even be considering that as an option. Yes, I am displeased. Yes. And I'm using this video to also register my displeasure. I don't think Labour Party should consider that as an option at all. Yes, it shouldn't be an option. No room should be created for that. If there is a tip-off or a feeling from APC or any corner that there will be a run, I think Labour Party should strongly disagree. Yes, unless there are something they are not telling us, unless they think they did not also meet the requirement to be president, unless they did not get the number of required states, or there is something we need to know. If not, Labour Party should not even be thinking about a rerun. Yes, if APC is talking about that and you had it, allow them to continue talking about it. It shouldn't come up to public discussion space. Or what do you think? Meanwhile, let's play what UNISA said about that, and we'll be right back to do some small analysis, and we're out of here.
President Bola Tinubu's electoral victory is still in front of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. So this urging that the national chairman, Julius Abure, is giving to party members in order to have them ready for this supposed presidential rerun that's coming. Can you tell us where that's coming from?
Okay, if you are referring to the statement being made by the national chairman of the Labour Party, Barrister Julius Abure, on the clarion call to prepare our members for a rerun, well, that is not out of a place. It is actually a preparation towards what we are seeking for in the court of law. Remember, we have our prayers lined up to about 5 of these particular prayers. 1, that we should be declared outright winner. 2, there should be declaration that that particular candidate of the APC did not qualify to run for the election of the 2015, or February 25th, 2015 general election. And that 3, that in the case that the court did not answer our first and second prayer, it should at least call for a rerun of that election generally, because it did not meet the threshold and the requirement of the general election that INEC itself, based on the provisions of the law, made for the Nigerian people. And so therefore, that election should be cancelled, null and void, and then we should go for a rerun to establish who is qualified to run for the election, and then eventually we'll have a declared winner. This is the position of the political party, and then we are asking all of our members nationwide to prepare for that particular circumstances with the prayers that the judges and the judicial court will do justice to the case in court, because we believe that actually the judiciary is the last hope of the common man, and then our judiciary have the last chance of making sure that they put the right wrong, so that every Nigerian will be happy with our electionary system, and at least, not for anything, protect our democratic system.
All right. So in his comments to Labour Party members and supporters in the diaspora, the national chairman said that the party had received information that President Bola Tinubu's All Progressive Congress-led government was also getting ready for a rerun. So in terms of what it looks like, in terms of the APC getting set for a rerun, the party that is already now in power, still rather maintaining power here in Nigeria, and setting up for what would be a worst-case scenario in all ramifications for the party. What do you make of that?
Well, they too are following the activities of the judiciary, and then they know what is going on in the court of petition tribunal. And I'm sure they also know that there are 2 of us who are challenging that particular case, Atiku Abubakar of the PDP, and then Peter Obi of the Labour Party. And we have provided damning evidence to show that those particular elections did not meet the threshold that is required, and that the candidate of the APC, who for us we believe is just hanging in there, we can also see that probably he's sitting on a half stool, or hoping that until when the judiciary make an affirmation on his position, that is when we cannot say that yes, this particular election is done and dusted. Don't forget, this case is a marathon race and it can go all the hog. But we are prepared to ensure and that we prepare for the election in case the judiciary is able to find its feet and courageous enough to actually do what is expected. You know, we have a situation in our hands. Many people come in and say that no, it is not possible. The judiciary cannot upturn the election. It has never been done in Nigeria. We can't have that. Where every situation has its own calling. When the Kenyan tribunal upturned the election, nobody thought it was going to happen. When it was done in Malawi, nobody thought it was going to happen. So what happens if it happens in Nigeria? At least for once, that means that we are trying to do something right. So we expect our judiciary to do what is right, not to follow a particular pattern of saying that we are following technicalities in trying to avert the danger of saying probably the office holder is being put into questioning and all. But the question that we want them to look into is the fact that what about the far-reaching damages that is already been instilled in the minds of the Nigerian youth who came in from far and wide to vote for the election and hoping that the real winner of the election will be declared? What about those aged persons who came out in large number to ensure that they vote for the right person, that the election will be made clear, credible, free, and fair? What about the hope that the Independent Electoral Commission has given to the Nigerian people, especially the Nigerian people and the international community, that this election will be held free and fair? And that is the reason why, when you saw the European Union giving its damning report, which I say they have been economical with the fact, because there are far damning issues that really resonated with that election. And don't forget, the Situation Room also made that particular revelation. Not also forgetting that the NDI, National Democratic Institute, make reference to that particular fact. And also the International Republican Institute also alluded that the election was not credible. So you see, there are about 4 reports. It's not that people are only alluding to the European Union report as if it's the only report. No, there are other reports that gave a very, very, very strong recommendation that indicates that that election was a sham election and it does not represent the interests of the Nigerian people, and that, for the fact, should have been repeated or should have been cancelled long even before now.
Okay, you've had that confirmation from Tanko. So the fact is that Abure made that comment. Now, Tanko now explained how it came. And in fact, he said it is in their petition, yeah. It's either their own candidate be declared the winner, that is the first, or the run, according to them, is a third option if their candidate cannot be declared a winner. And the basis of the run he's talking about is that the APC candidate will be disqualified. That is their second prayer. That's what he's trying to say. So he has a bit cleared. And you know what baffles me too? Now, I don't know where the idea of this rerun came. Is it based on what is transpiring in the court or what? I'm trying to even... Now, is it necessary for LP to start telling their supporters to get ready for such rerun? For me, it's like already telling the judiciary, you may not declare our candidate the winner. You can choose to go for a rerun, as in providing option, as if they are flinching back, or are they not sure that P2B met the requirements? Why this position? I don't know why it should come up to public space. I don't say I'm correct, but I'm bothered. For me, the rerun should never be an option. Yes, even though it's in their prayer, in their petition, but then how did suddenly It was, in the news everywhere, and as if they have made up their mind, they have chosen, okay, let's do a rerun. Though he said the rerun is on the basis of that the Tinubu will be disqualified, but APC will still present a candidate. Definitely, it will be a fresh election. I am feeling they shouldn't even mention that case of rerun, unless maybe at the end of the day, after the plus or minus, certain votes that were given to Tinubu that belongs to Obi, maybe at the end of the day, none of the parties now got the required number of states, as in 25%. For someone to be declared a winner, he has to get 25% of votes in 24 states. Then FCT, unless at the end of the day, maybe LP will not get that 25 required 25, or I don't know why they should even mention that. I don't know why. Okay, let's assume it's a feeling from APC corners. I don't know why it should spread. And it's LP had it, and you're already telling the justices of the tribunal that you are ready to accept a rerun. And you know what will happen in the case of a rerun? Now, the APC candidate is the incumbent. This time around, there's a possibility he will win you in Abuja, not just getting 25% that he didn't get. He will win you in Abuja. The election will be properly rigged. This is not a case of Buhari in office, then another fresh candidate waiting to. No, he's now in office. So I'm feeling, I don't know about you, viewers, this is a personal opinion. Viewers, what do you think? It's a run. The best idea? Should LP be talking about it even? Let's assume it's coming from the quarters of APC or their corners. Should LP react to that? You know what I'm feeling? It will come to a point the judges will now say, oh, okay, it's like the two sides wants a rerun, and that will be the balance. Let's now do that. The cost and everything. A lot of people have lost hope already. The same INEC by Mahmoud. Oh my God. I don't think it should be even, brought to the table of discussion. The idea of a rerun. And the fact, yes, I agree with what he said, that the evidences they brought to court are overwhelming. And it's a cause for trouble for APC, especially with the EU report. But aside the EU reports, there are other reports, like 4 of them, that have been saying this. Maybe because EU is a bigger body, maybe. But then, everybody already know what transpired, where certain tribes were stopped from voting in certain places. And like I said in my earlier video, the EU report is even lenient. Imagine the reports being written by people like me. Meanwhile, I will leave it here for viewers to add their comment, tell us what you think. We will be back soon again to bring you updates. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more updates. Bye-bye for now.